for a hobbyist, I've been told, and I've been to many gyms, that I'm very good for a hobbyist. Because a lot of the guys at my gym, they're also younger. I'm 31. So they're also like 22 to 25, and they've done amateur fights, and they want to like actually fight MMA. I'm just like, yo, I've been an athlete my whole life. This is pretty cool. I love MMA. Learn some new shit, build a little more self-confidence, feel more comfortable if some shit hits the fan. I'm not trying to fight anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, when there's this one kid, Victor, he's this Brazilian kid. He's like 22 years old. He's like 6'3". He's going to fight one day. And anytime he spars, he like foams at the mouth. So when me and him spar, now I've been doing some Muay Thai and striking maybe like the last like 3-4 months. Because the workout is crazy. Yeah. You know, like I've never gotten into a fight. But now knowing that, you know, you can bob and weave and you actually like understand all right, the double jab, all right, the cross is coming, or the, you know, the check hooks and all that. And then when you're watching, you're like, oh shit, this makes sense. But that kid Victor, when he spars, he like foams out the mouth. And then
try to take your head off.
To Victor, I'm like, yo, Victor, just remember, I'm doing this for fun, buddy. All right, just be careful.
So you would never compete in a tournament?
I've been more open to it now. Yeah, I'm planning on competing in September. Yeah.
So what's your goal with that? Do you want to be a black belt?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least you know what you want.
Yeah, I think it would be sick. It would be... It's something I could work towards and not aspire to be a professional in. Because, like, there's black belts that are not, like... Just because you're a black belt don't mean you're a professional, like, jiu-jitsu guy. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like, there's people that are just hobbyists, and they're purple belts. They're, you know, like doctors or cops. It's just like you pick up this thing that you become passionate about, and you can learn a new skill set. And it's dope, man. It's super humbling. And there'll be days where, like, I'll go in there and I'll tap, like, 5-6 different people. And I'm like, I'm the fucking man, son. I was like, and I'll tell, like, my coach, like, yo, I'm going to compete. I think I'm going to bring a gold. And then the next day I'll go in, those same 5-6 kids, they tap me 5-6 times. And it's like, damn, I ain't shit, bro. It's like, what happened in 24 hours? You know what I mean? But it's just a different martial art, man. And it's very unique. It gives the smaller guy a chance. That's like the origin of jiu-jitsu. I
would love to do it, but like, I'm too like afraid of injuries, man. All it takes is somebody to like roll on you the wrong way, and you're just like, oh man, I just threw on my back. I can't do shit.
There's a lot of truth to that, but it's also like you can pick the right like training partners. Like there's guys at my gym.
Don't they do like circuits where there's like, yo, rotate?
Yeah, you could, but you could also say like, nah, I don't want to go with that guy.
See, you just never know, bro. Him. It's like me showing up to the park. I'm like, yo, nah, I'm just taking it light today. Yo, Jarrell's like, yo, come on, man. Yo, we need one.
Yo, that's
I'm
what
like. All right, man, I'll play.
Bro, he did that to me the other day. He was like, yo, pull up to the park.
Like, yo, it's probably like that jiu-jitsu as well. It's like, yo, rotate. All right, this person got no partner now. Like, shit, I gotta roll with them. Stuff like that.
But you go at their pace too, right? Like when you spar with someone, one of the main rules is like, remember, they'll hit you as hard as you hit them. If you're teeing off on me and biting down on your mouthpiece, expect me to do the same to you. But if me and you are just like, you know, light sparring, I hit you with a jab in the face, you're like, oh shit, that didn't even hurt. It's like, yeah, that's the point. It's like you're working on your technique. It's completely different. You're not going in there to kill each other. There are some people that do. Like,
you got to avoid those people.
You got to avoid those people, yeah. But it's good, like, if you ever want to get into jiu-jitsu, it would be dope for you to, like, come and train with me, for example, because now we know each other, and you would spend that first class with me. We'd work together. I wouldn't just go and, like, when we would start rolling, just go and, like, choke you out 4 or 5 different times. It's like, well, that's not fun for Tony. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you want to be more welcoming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's fun, man. I love doing it.
Well, that's dope, man. Dope. It's great cardio, too.
Amazing cardio. And also the best thing about it is when you tap, you just go again. Whereas when you're boxing, you can get knocked out, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You can get a concussion, and then you can't train for 2-3 weeks.
Save your chickens, man.
You gotta be careful, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. Hey, we've spent a lot of time talking about you, and I've been very fascinated with these conversations. But I also know that you are a big MMA fan, as we've been discussing. Huge pay-per-view coming this weekend. What's your level of excitement for 277?
So, I personally think Amanda Nunes was wailing the last fight, right? She kind of gassed out like crazy.
She thought she was gonna take her head off.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, that doesn't look right. Like, you should have just chilled out for a bit. I have a feeling Amanda's probably gonna retain the belt again this weekend. I'm cool with Kai Kara-France, but I also like Brandon Moreno. So I'm conflicted there. But I'm always gonna rock with the people that I know. What do you do in those situations, man? Yo, it's tough, bro.
Because one of my very good friend is Jared Gordon. He fights at 155 Flash. He's in Sanford down in Florida. He's an Astoria boy. And Patty Pimblett just called him out too.
Patty the Batty.
So we're really fingers crossed, man. Jared fights next month. If Jared could get that win, I think it's Jared and Patty. That'd be a nice fight. And Jared will get some extra money. Look, tough fight, but it'd be a fun. Yeah, that could be like a pay-per-view opener kind of thing. So it'd be a big spot for Jared. But anytime Jared fights, it's like my blood pressure is just
bro.
Like
it's tough, man. It's tough because you develop these relationships with these people, yeah. And it's just you want them to win so bad, but when you don't get that outcome, it's just damn, dude, man. It's almost like you got beat up too, and you're just shit. But then you gotta realize, it's not the end of the world, right? At least they got paid. They're not in critical condition. They'll bounce back, or if they retire, because so I really like Joanna, Jacek, right? And she got KO'd her last fight, and then she had to retire, right? Now, obviously, over the years, I've had a great relationship with her, and I'm just yo, look, she didn't get the win, but I'm glad she retired. She's happy now. She made a lot of money. So, you could just be happy for her then.
Right.
I'm even cool with, Max Holloway, right? He lost 3 times to Volkanovski, right? Granted, second fight.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come
on
on
now.
With
you, man. I thought Max won that second fight.
All right, then. So technically it's 2-1.
Because I was watching that fight, the third fight with my buddy Boss. He comes on the pod usually and we talk UFC. And after the third round, because we both had bet Max in that third fight. And he goes, dude, how is it that Volk is up 2-0 on him and we still bet Max in this third fight? And I'm like, nah, bro. We both agreed that Max won that second fight. He's like, nah, you're right.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Because, especially on social media, right? Because, I got some of these UFC fighters following me. And, Kai Kara-France is, obviously cool with Volkanovski, right?
Yeah.
It's City Kickboxing.
Yep.
But I'm yo, I could text Max Holloway right now. I could get on FaceTime with him right now. That's my boy, right? So I'd be yo, I'm Team Holloway, right? The Bless Express. But then I know Kai Kara-France might be watching. I'm shit, man, should I be posting this right here? Or I just be getting conflicted. I'd be damn, man, maybe I should not be so loud. But then it's just at the end of the day, if that's your boy, you got to rock with it, right? So I've been to Max's first fight against Volkanovski and his third fight. I should not be going to any more of his fights, man. Every time I go, he loses. So I'm just yo, maybe I'm the bad luck, man. Maybe I stay my ass home.
Yeah, so you were at Fight Week.
Yeah. International Fight Week,
yeah. I was looking to go, too, but my buddy Josh, his bachelor party was 2 weeks after. It was just it was way too close. But I try to go to Vegas often, man. I went for 272, Mazola in Covington.
Oh, shit.
It's a vibe out there, man, for fights.
Yo, it's nuts, bro.
It's a good
energy
time.
Is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know what to compare it to, UFC fans versus I don't know, maybe soccer hooligans or whatever. That energy is nuts.
Yeah, and just imagine this. I would say more than half the crowd trains and fights too.
Yeah,
so that would be the worst place to try to start a fight.
Yeah.
If you ever notice, you don't see a lot of fights in the.
No. Yeah,
people know at UFC events. It's we were sitting behind Bryce Mitchell's entire gym.
Oh shit!
All of them.
Yeah,
they were yelling. They had the southern accent too. And then after the second round, because my buddy Boss and I, when we went in March, we bet on him to beat Barboza.
Yeah.
And after the second round, I was yo, I think we got it unless he gets knocked out. And then they're you guys got to yell with us. And they were jumping on us and shit. They gave us beers. They're
man.
We train with them. They had all these shirts and shit. What do you do when you have two fighters that are fighting?
And you're cool with both of them?
You're cool with both.
Shit.
I haven't had that happen yet.
I stay my ass quiet. I be yo, good shit, yo, good luck on the fight. That's it, man. But internally in my head, I'm just like, I hope this one person wins because I'm closer to this person, right? But you would never really like publicly say it,
right?
Sometimes you just like if Joanna fought Valentina, right, which they did, but at the time I don't think I was like tight with Valentina like that. But if they did, I'd be like, oh shit, I don't know who to pick. Obviously, like I know who's gonna win in terms of skill set.
But you're talking about like on a public,
like who to cheer for publicly, right? That's the hard part. But usually in those cases, I'd just be like, just be quiet.
Better
just like
off.
Watch the fight.
Better off. Especially when like the thing with MMA fighters, man, it's so crazy because when they lose in such a vicious, like demoralizing way, like in a public setting like that too, and you physically lose too. It's not just like you lose on the scoreboard. It's like, nah, sometimes you lose like how Joanna did. And it's like that highlight's going to live forever. I'm good friends with Jessica I. And the first time that I got her on the pod, we had some mutual friends. So like we knew of each other. But the first time we got on the pod, I had told my friend Mike, I was like, I can't ask her about the Valentina knockout. Like they show that anytime, right? And then on the pod, going back to what we were talking about before about like interview style, she mentions that knockout like 4 or 5 different times. And she's like, in a weird way, happy-go-lucky about it, not really dwelling on it. And I was like, yo, Jess, I feel weird asking, but you feel like in good spirits about that. She's like, yeah, man, shit happens. It's the fight game.
Yeah. Some fighters look at it that way, too. It's just like, yo, sometimes you just get caught, yo. It's like, yo, if I get crossed on the court, shit, man, I touch earth. Yo, nothing I can do about it, man.
It happens.
Yo, he hit a game winner on me. What you want me to do?
Are you excited for Moreno and Cara France?
They
might be my 2 favorite 125ers right now.
I'm rooting for Kai. I'm rooting for him. Like, just because, like, I've interacted with him. I haven't interacted with Moreno. Solid dude. But, like, yo, you got to go with, like, who you're cool with, right?
Yeah.
Who you've interacted with, right? So, I'm going with Kai. For some reason, like, the lower weight classes, I'm not as excited because, like, you know, most likely they're probably not going to get a KO, but obviously a Kai France is different, right?
Yeah.
He got punching power.
Oh,
Don't blink. Don't blink on that guy.
Don't blink, yeah.
Yeah, but I like the heavier weights, man. I like the big boys that can, like, slug it out. So, I know Derek Lewis is fighting.
Yep.
He's always fun. Anthony Smith is fighting.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a lot of good fights. I'm gonna be watching, but I can't give you like every single pick. Like I think I got Nunes and Kai France winning the main and co-main.
Yeah, the Nunes fight is so interesting to me, man, because I remember I was doing the podcast with Will Blackman, Upsets and Underdogs for WinBet, and when they fought the first time, we got to interview GSP.
You got to interview the GOAT?
My favorite fighter. He's the reason why I watch UFC, bro. Spring break, Cancun 2010. He was fighting Dan Hardy.
Damn.
And my boy George at the time was like he was like an affliction tap out UFC fan, right? Like early on. And when we went down there, he's like, yo, there's this event. You guys are going to make fun of me because you guys all want to go like hit on chicks and shit and pick up girls. But I really want to go to this bar to watch it. Now it's Saturday night. It's our last night. I've spent so much money. I'm feeling sick. You know, you're not supposed to drink the water down there and all that. And I was like, yo, bro, I'll go with you, man. Fuck it. Let's go to this bar. The bar is electric. It is packed out to the gills. GSP comes out. He's wearing the gi, right? Looking like the Karate Kid. I'm like, what is this guy? And the place is going bananas. Like the place, you know, where they were fighting at. And I just, like, I fell in love with GSP from there, bro. My favorite fighter ever. And I did something I've never done on a podcast before. At the end of that interview, Will was like, yo, you want to ask him anything? I was like, man, you're the GOAT, bro. You're my favorite UFC. And I told him
you fanboyed out?
Yeah, I fanboyed out. I was like, I know it's frowned upon. You're not supposed to do this in this line of work. But I was like, I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to tell you. And he's like, oh, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. But when we had him on that show, he mentioned, because we were like, oh, you know, George, it's not if she's going to win, it's how is she going to win, right? Talking about Nunes. Because that was like the whole narrative going into it. And he was like, guys, just be careful. He's like, I've been there. I've been at the top where I'm a minus 900 favorite against Matt Serra. And everyone is telling me my shit don't stink. And, oh, how is George going to win? How is Amanda going to win? Just be careful because the other person's hearing it. They want what you have.
Yeah.
And you could get complacent. And then lo and behold, you saw what happened. So I'm fascinated to see what happens now that she got humbled.
Yo, fight game's crazy, man. All it takes is one shot, right? It's not like a basketball game where it's 48 minutes to build up a lead.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, one shot and you done. So fight game's different, man.
And she like blew her gas tank in that first round. The round ended because I rewatched that fight. Anytime there's like a rematch, I always like rewatch it fight week.
Yeah.
And she won the first round, but then you saw she was like visibly just exhausted. So I'm trying to see if she irons out.
Yo, she was wailing like Free Willy.
Yeah.
You hear me?
She was going after it, man. So it's gonna be fun, dude. Like even the Anthony Smith fight, Magomed and Kalaev is like 19-1. His only loss is to that dude Paul Craig with like 1 second left.